Welcome back to the continuation of our AI and marketing track. Our next session starts with a provocative idea, why most AI and marketing fails, but there is a positive solution in there about how to fix the foundation. So I'm excited to have Joshua Tjong. He's head of research and insights at Treasure AI, is going to talk to you about this. And the idea is that AI isn't failing because of the models, it's failing because of the foundation. And without things like persistent customer context, governing decisioning, coordination across channels. So even the most advanced AI models are not going to perform to your expectations. So with that, I would like to invite Joshua to come up on the stage.
Thank you, Scott, for that introduction. Hello, Commerce Next. My name is Joshua, as Scott mentioned. It's great to meet you. I am head of research and insights at Treasure AI, and I'm here to talk to you about AI and marketing. Now, you're probably thinking, hey, he's not a marketer. He's someone that works in research and insights. Why is he up here? That's a great question. So a little bit about me. There we go. I am part of the product and growth team at Treasure AI. We are an AI-native marketing and data platform. I hail from San Francisco. I'm a born and raised Californian. And in my past lives, I've worked in industries that range from consumer electronics to media to financial technology and even cybersecurity. At heart, I'm really a technologist. My background is in human-computer interaction, which means that I really care and am passionate about how humans interact with systems, both computer systems and AI systems. And my job, as someone working in research and insights, is to talk to people most every day. Most of the people that I talk to right now are mostly marketers, like many of you here. As I listen to them, a few things have really struck with me. A lot of the people that I'm talking to are really impressed by AI, the speed at which AI works, the capabilities. But the minute you dig in slightly deeper, you start to hear very interesting things. I hear actually a lot of disappointment. Looking at some of the data, today, user testing, an aggregator of user insights, polled 63% of marketers saying that they were really impressed by the features of AI, but of that, 25% can't actually measure the return on investment or are actually let down by it. Another famous report by McKinsey states that over 88% of organizations now are using AI. However, 39% are seeing any measurable impact. And if you drive deeper into that, only 6% are reporting high impact. Now, how is high impact defined? In this report, it's 5% lift on earnings, and this is self-reported data. So what's really going on here? Is the tech not ready? Is it not mature? Or is something else going on? I'm talking to marketing leaders, and they're saying something along the lines of, hey, maybe it's even the next model. That'll fix all of the problems, right? Will it actually? To answer that, I believe that we have to go back through history, specifically technology history. So if I were to ask the people in this room, what do you think was the first touchscreen device? I bet many of you would think, hey, it was when Steve Jobs came on stage and announced the first generation iPhone. Maybe to some of you, it might have been a gaming device, like the Nintendo 3DS. Actually, the first touchscreen device was invented in 1965 at the Royal Radar establishment in Malvern, England, and it was built for air traffic control and defense purposes. That's really an interesting timeline, isn't it? as we go through thinking about technology and the timeline, we often judge tech by its productization and not its invention. A lot of technology for touchscreens were developed in the 80s, late 80s, and early 90s. Things like the Data Rover, created by General Magic, and the Park Tab, created by Xerox. So as you're thinking about this timeline, what's going on is this concept called the long nose of innovation, coined by Bill Buxton, a pioneer in human-computer interaction. His thesis is that any important technological impact that actually has decades of impact and billions of dollars worth of impact has actually been created over 10, 20 years ago. We see that with the touchscreen, and I posit that we're seeing that already with artificial intelligence systems. In reality, as we get to the productization, the tech continues to improve, but that rate of improvement actually tapers. It's the application and the productization that increases and accelerates. So this goes back to that maturity question. So is it a maturity problem? I really don't think so, because we are seeing the productization of AI everywhere. I think all of you can attest to this as we even walk outside at the expo. When this AI productization is everywhere, what's going on? We're still failing to meet the outcomes that we're trying to achieve. I think this quote by CoSchedule really hints at the root of this problem, right? With customers interacting across 10 plus touch points before converting, it becomes nearly impossible to demonstrate which marketing activities are actually driving revenue. Leadership still wants clear numbers, but the data infrastructure to provide them is crumbling. So the problem isn't really the models. My position, it's what's underneath them, right? Why do these things fail? To me, the foundation of which has to do with fragmented data, fractured memory. Last week's resolved issue is back this week, and teams have to start from scratch again and again and again. On top of that, there's a lot of incomplete journey data. AI optimized the moments and individual parts of the journey, but not the end-to-end journey. And finally, as we go through this, we realize that in these data foundations, you actually have a clear diagnosis of where these inputs might fail. So what do we do about this? Is all hope lost? Do we just wait for new things to come up? I think we fix this when we're able to act. We know what's going on to be able to figure out how to fix it. Step one, I think it's really important to diagnose where your problem lives. You can't fix what you can't diagnose. I think that first step has to do with identity resolution. Resolve your identities across channels in real time, right? When you have better suppression and you understand where your suppression is going, you are able to not digitally retarget people at the same time that just purchase things in store. For consent, are you including or excluding the right people in real time? And finally, with granular measurement, is there holistic metrics, or are they actually just focused on one thing at the same time that you can increase these metrics without actually driving the outcomes that you want? After diagnosing the state of your data, I think the next step is to really think about your customer intelligence loop. How are you collecting that data? How are you unifying that data? How are you understanding that data, deciding what to do, and engaging with that? And most importantly, how are you continuously learning from those outcomes? At Treasure AI, we truly believe that all of the best marketing is orchestrated by humans. The strategy, the governance, the warmth, the creativity, all human-led, all human orchestrated, moving at the speed of AI. So what do these foundations unlock? If you're able to diagnose that data, you're able to understand where your foundations are at, and you're able to create that customer intelligence loop, here's what I think the payoff looks like. For a retailer, you're able to go from sale to ads to a complete loop within 60 seconds. A customer walks into a store. You're able to understand, hey, let's not digitally target that customer again as soon as they complete the purchase. As you're doing this retargeting, your funnel moves faster. You're able to be proactive, not reactive, and this is all based on that strong foundation and that customer intelligence loop. So, as a recap for Commerce Next, the outcomes are tied to your foundations, not the models. So run an audit on your data foundation. Talk to the experts, like folks at Treasure AI, who can help you there. Build your human-driven customer intelligence loop at the speed of AI. So one more thing. As we think about the foundations, I think it's really easy for us to say, hey, just because the foundations aren't there, we can't make that next step. But guess what? I think all of you already know that there's work that's already late, and you have to do it now. So we're actually running a session tomorrow in a roundtable with my colleague Breno that talks about some of these things. Who wins when speed beats perfect? It's really been a pleasure to speak with you about the foundations of AI and marketing. And if any of this has been interesting, I'd love to see you and continue the conversation at the Treasure AI booth at number 306. But all in all, thank you for your time.